What's going on, guys? Big D here, and welcome back to another war recap video from Knights of Zion. We're going to start off this video with a triple from yours truly. You guys know I love my Lalo attacks, and Zap Lalo has been super strong since the release, or the rework rather, of the new Zap spell, the Lightning spell. So, let's go ahead and start this attack off. I am using Zap Lalo, as I said, and I get a ton of value off my Zap in this attack. As you can see, I drop 7 lightning spells, and I get a sweeper, a scatter shot, the eagle, and the clan castle kill. I still have my earthquake to drop. Here we go. We get a little damage on the other scatter shot as well. And there we go. The CC, the eagle, the scatter shot, and 1 sweeper gets taken out. I'm going to sue my heroes in up top here. I'm going to attempt to get the enemy queen out with this Sui portion. Now, that's going to leave the royal champion up, but I can deal with her with the clan castle dragon with balloons as well. Pop the king's ability, get him pushing forward in front of the queen. I'm sending in a few headhunters, which I actually probably should have held because they do die off before actually taking out the queen. They do get a little bit of damage on her, but had I held them for about 10-15 more seconds, they would have been a lot more effective, and I actually done some actual work. So my queen luckily has her ability. She pops it early, so that way I can make it through the enemy king, make it through the enemy queen. I take out the cannon and then the Grand Warden altar. She's going to work her way a little bit further down here, but at this point I'm going to Sui in my RC for this Inferno compartment. Now, in hindsight, I really didn't have to Sui my Ice Golem and my Royal Champion at this point of the base, and the reason is because the sweeper is actually pointing up towards the town hall in this section here, and I actually probably should have dropped her right here where she would not get distracted by the enemy RC, and she would actually have gotten down in Inferno Tower. But let's go ahead and hit play. She actually misses the Inferno Tower here because the Ice Golem dies off early. I actually have to use a freeze spell, so I froze the enemy Royal Champion and the single target Inferno. The single target takes a lot of damage from the ability, but before she takes out the single, she just switches targets to the enemy Royal Champion. So I'm going to go ahead and start my Lalo portion in here and get the Stone Slammer with the dragon and balloons going in toward the enemy Royal Champion. Lava Hounds coming in toward this air defense. I'm going to go ahead and drop my Grand Warden with this portion of loons here. Now, these were actually supposed to path toward the cannon and some path toward the mortar and then head in toward the town hall, but Tesla started popping up, throwing off their path. So I start hasting in. I find the tornado trap over by that scatter shot, but I freeze it so it doesn't kill off those balloons just yet, and then they get inside the radius where they can no longer be attacked by the scatter shot. Scatter shot goes down. The town hall activates at 52%, and I pop my Grand Warden's ability, protecting both hounds and 2 sets of balloons. So they're going to finish off this base here, running into the last of the splash damage after this one gets taken down. Wizard Tower does go down. I send in 1 balloon to distract this Archer Tower over on the 3 o'clock side. It goes down. The pups actually take out the last air defense, and now there's nothing left but a single target Inferno, a Wizard Tower, and an Archer Tower to hurt these balloons, but it's just not enough. They get overpowered by the damage of these balloons, and now all that's left is cleanup. My dragon down at 6 o'clock and minions over at the 9 and 3 o'clock regions. They actually come in clutch. My Grand Warden gets the very last shot off at the very last millisecond of the attack for the triple. Otherwise, I would have had a 99% 2-star. Right over here, this Dark Elixir drill, I believe, is the culprit that almost made me... No, it was the gold mine that almost made me time fail. So here we go, the last second here, and my Grand Warden finishes it off for the triple, for the good guys. Heading on into the next attack, my man Hoosier came in with another Zap attack, but it wasn't a Zap Lalo. It was actually a dragon attack. Now, the heroes in this attack were insane. They got massive value. So let's see what he's going to do with the hero portion of this attack first. Here we go. He's dropping in some loons on the mortar, probably to set the funnel so that things don't path to it. There we go. The Ice Golem comes down. King comes down. Here comes the Queen. Another balloon over to... it's Coco Loon for the Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon is going to help funnel. Now, the King actually does walk around, which is okay. It's not ideal. You obviously want your king to tank for your queen, but in this case, he actually may have wanted the king to run around. I'm actually not too sure because the king gets a ton of value over here. There's nothing much to stop him, and he can run down this entire side and get massive percentage over there. The queen's going to step up and take out the scatter shot, so she has a single scatter shot And then the air defense gets taken out as well. Pops the ability for a cannon. Will she get the enemy queen as well? I believe she does. 1, 2, and 3 shots. Enemy queen goes down as well before she dies off. Royal champion coming in at about 7 o'clock, popping her ability, taking down an air defense herself and a multi-target inferno, pulling the clan castle. Not too big of a deal because he does have dragons to deal with the clan castle. He is also sending in a blimp with balloons and a dragon inside it, popping a rage spell to take out another air defense. This base is now air defenseless. He sends in the dragons from about 4 o'clock. Here he comes, the Grand Warden in, helping them out, trying to push in towards the Town Hall. Town Hall does activate at the 52% mark. He freezes it so his balloons and dragons aren't taking too much damage. Actually has no balloons left, just dragons to make it through the base. And then we're going to Warden's ability pushing into the Royal Champion and the Town Hall. The dragons do not take damage from the explosion from the Town Hall, and he's dropping a freeze there on what seemingly was nothing. I'm not sure what he dropped that for, but I can't really blame him because he does triple this base. Eagle shots coming in. Now, at this point of the attack, I really thought he wasn't going to triple. I did not think he had the steam to push through the rest of the base, but I started to think about it. As soon as this X-Bow was made to, I don't believe anything could actually take out the dragons. He dropped a freeze on the scatter shot, and the dragons were so split that the scatter shot really couldn't damage all of them enough all at once to take them all out. And as long as he had enough healthy ones to tank the scatter shot, there was nothing else to stop him on this base. So he's just going to clean it up here. Nothing left on the base besides this corner right here. The dragon's going to make it through the multi-target inferno, the ground targeting X-Bow, and nothing left on the base that can even hurt them after that besides the archer tower, and it will go down next. He cleans this up with just a few dragons to spare, but a triple is a triple, as you saw, that I almost time failed. So we all know if you can triple a base, it doesn't matter what's left in the end, you tripled that base, especially at Town Hall 13, where it's very, very difficult to do. Making it through the Dark Elixir stores, nothing left but that collector in the corner, and that's a triple for Hoosier in Knights of Zion. Let's move on into the second to last attack. Obviously, like I said, I'm going to be the last attack of the episode, but before we get into that, we are going to show you Kojito's attack. Now, this guy had to try to clutch it for us in the end. He needed to 6-pack for us to win it. Unfortunately, that was not the case. I wasn't going to spoil that, but you know what? I did. I spoiled it. He was supposed to triple, and that's not his fault. Obviously, we should have taken care of our business. Of course, I 6-packed. I'm going to tell you that now. I did my job as well, but we really wanted to win, and it came down to him needing to triple for the win. Unfortunately, he just could not quite make it through, and I will show you. I'm not going to show you his attack, but I'll show you the percentage on his second attack. But let's go ahead and get in here. He's bringing Queen Charge Hybrid in for this attack, so a good spread of different attacks we use to triple in this war. I use a Zap Lalo. Hoosier used Zap Dragons, and this one right here from Kojito is a Queen Charge hybrid attack, starting his Queen Charge over here with actually support from the Grand Warden to keep her up, make sure she does not go down. That way she has kind of an extra rage or an extra ability, you know, to protect her and make sure her invincible, and our healers as well. So here we go. He freezes the single target Inferno, make sure the Queen can make it through there, no problem at all. I think he was hoping to take out the Eagle, but I'm not sure he actually does. I believe he misses the Eagle, and the Queen runs up north. Now, at the end of the day, with Hybrid, you're really just looking to funnel. If you can get a good funnel, it doesn't necessarily matter the value you get from the Queen Charge, as long as the funnel is set very nicely. Another rage comes down. Queen barely staying alive there, but freezes the scatter shot. Scatter shot goes down, and she's pushing through these storages and into another X-Bow. I guess he started his King and an Ice Golem down here. Oh, he's going to try to break him in. Pulls the CC, 2 Ice Golems, a Witch, and probably some archers to fill. Wow, this is a really awkward funnel, but he does start his hybrid over here, just the miners portion first, to make sure he gets a good funnel set so they actually push into the base. And then he drops his hogs in. Grand Warden's already in the base. Actually had to pop the Grand Warden's ability. It was getting targeted by the single. So it did get popped there a little early, probably earlier than he expected, but the blimp is going to make it to the Town Hall. He drops a rage and makes sure that that Town Hall does go down. Unfortunately, these hogs are going to get hit by this bomb just a little bit because the Grand Warden's ability had already been used. Now, the healers transfer from the Queen over to the Yetis that came out of the Clan Castle when it crashed onto the Town Hall. That was a little bit unfortunate, and it almost cost the raid, I think, but they managed to pull it out. Queen still having her ability, I mean, and the RC as well, pushing through. Not many defenses left, but there are some high damaging defenses left on the board. The Eagle Artillery and the single Inferno being specifically the two highest damaging defenses. Queen still has her ability. She's going to pop it through this single to make sure she does not die out, and then the Grand Warden Altar will go down. Yeti's banging through the wall. A few Yeti Mites doing some damage over on the Eagle, but not taking it out quite yet. But there's not enough on this base to keep him from tripling. The Queen could clean this up, no problem at all. Tesla's going down. Here we go. That is the Archer Tower, and she's actually still tanking the Tesla there. But a few miners and the Barbarians going down onto the storages will finish off the base. Nothing left to do but clean it up 99%, and he will get the triple for Knights of Zion. Unfortunately, we did lose this war. We lost it by percentage and percentage alone, and I'll show you at the end of the video what the percentages were. The star count was obviously tied 36 to 36. We both came in with some strong triples, some strong attacks, but they just took the extra percentage on certain bases. That's what cost us. Now, for the grand finale, my second attack would be right here, and I used, guess what? Zap Lalo once again. And this base also had amazing zap value, and I actually think I could have gotten even more value than I got. I didn't think about this until today, but I zap out one sweeper, I zap out the sweeper, and also the clan castle. But I think if I would have just dropped 5 zaps right here on this wall junction, I would have gotten the sweeper out for sure. I would have gotten enough damage on this scatter shot for it to for sure go down. And if I would have dropped 2 more on this wall right here, I could have gotten this sweeper and damage onto this scatter shot, and then the earthquake still takes out the clan castle. But I did not actually do that. I just dropped all 7 right here. I took out 1 sweeper, and then the clan castle will go down to the earthquake. I drop it over here to get some extra damage onto the sweeper, the scatter shot, the air defense, and the eagle. But it's okay, because we, again, did triple this base, just barely. Ice Golem and Headhunters coming in to tank out the Queen. Ice Golem does pop, freezing everything. Headhunters taking out the Queen, and then pushing in for the King kill as well, which isn't necessary, but they do get it done. I'm going to send in my King down here at 6 o'clock to push in and try to take out the enemy RC. I actually wanted my Royal Champion and Queen to get in this compartment and take out the Eagle as well. King popping his ability, getting through the enemy Royal Champion, and then trying to funnel up north. There we go, pushing into the Tesla and mortar as well. I'm going to try to, I dropped in some wall breakers. They did not actually make it through the wall, unfortunately, so I do freeze the single Inferno. Get my Royal Champion in here, popping her ability to get some damage onto the single. It goes down, and she's actually going to take down the Eagle as well, and that's what led me to triple this base. I was hoping she'd actually get the air defense as well, but it was unfortunate she could not make it that far. Queen pops her ability, gets through just 2 more defenses, and I start my Lalo over here at just about 4 o'clock. Most of my balloons going in right here because it was a pretty clear path to the town hall. It was an even path, and there wasn't much that was going to stop me. Now, I probably should have, there we go, froze the sweeper and the scatter shot. I'm going to haste into the town hall. I have 1 more haste to go to get through the base. I should have, now, right there, this was part of the problem. I would have absolutely crushed this base if I waited on my Warden ability for 2 more seconds while I was spinning in that tornado. But unfortunately, I didn't. I panicked just a tiny bit and popped it a little early. They do still make it to the town hall with that haste. They have to get out of that Giga Bomb. I do lose a few balloons in the Giga Bomb, and that was the unfortunate part of this attack. But the air defense over on the right side get taken out by the pups that popped from the Hound. I send in 1 balloon here, which was, again, kind of dumb. I should have saved it to distract this air defense and wizard tower as this big, humongous pack of balloons headed up that way. But it didn't work out that way, but it did work out for the triple. These balloons took quite a bit of damage from that wizard tower, which is why I should have waited on this balloon. But I sent it in early, and it got taken down with ease. But these balloons will make it through to... Oh, come on, get through to the wizard tower. They take us... Oh, my goodness. So they actually don't take down the wizard tower, but the Grand Warden clutches that up, and there's nothing left on this base that can actually take out this dragon because of its health. As you can see, the health is way too high for just 1 archer tower, and within the Grand Warden's aura, he's actually even beefier, so there's just no way this archer tower is going to take down my dragon. So I did triple this base, and again, I would have crushed it absolutely if I had just popped my Grand Warden's ability a little bit later than I did. But again, I panicked, and things happen. Here we go. Minions, Archer, Dragon, and the Grand Warden are going to take down the last drill for the triple for Big D, myself, here at Knights of Zion. And here are the war results. 36 to 36. We got defeated by less than 4%, actually. 3.8% is what we lost by. Now, I'm going to show you the percentage. Where is his attack? I got to find it. Oh, goodness. I thought it was... Okay, 3. He got a 90% on number 3. Kojito did it, and it was his second attack. He tripled his first attack, and he was coming in hot for the 6-pack, and he hit his Warden ability slightly early, which cost him his bowlers and everything else, which cost him the triple. He did not have enough to push through the last part of the base. But if he had dropped his Warden ability about 2 seconds later, he would have had a bunch of bowlers alive with his P.E.K.K.A. and whatnot to push through to the end, and he would have tripled that base, and we would have taken it by a star. It's unfortunate, but you can't win every war. We are in another war here, Knights of Zion, and I may cover it depending on how well I do personally, because I love the war and I love to do well. I'm not just going to show you guys my best attacks, but I do love the 6-pack, and that's actually 2 6-packs in a row for me in back-to-back wars. So I'm hoping to get another 6-pack to make it 3 in a row. That would be amazing. But that's going to do it for me today, folks. Thank you for tuning into this war recap from Knights of Zion. You are all amazing, and I'll see you in the next one.